snapping that long winning streak they had at Gaffney for home field playoff games. Just tremendous game. They played their game and then come out on top. Well, anyway, we're going to get back to we're going to start off here with the Goose Creek Wade Hampton game. First off, Chuck,
where do you want to start with that, team?
Well, Charlie, we saw Wade Hampton come down to the swamp.
Where do you want to start?
Yeah, I'm telling you right now. we saw him come down to the swamp and all the way from Greenville, of course, to play 4 quarters of ball. Just happens that the Gators were playing on a different level last night. So the opening kickoff from the third stringers, getting 2 full quarters of play. And I mean that's big. I mean once you can get your second stringers, you can get some of the third stringers to get in there and get some reps, especially in a playoff game. That is huge.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, guys. I mean this is a Goose Creek show, and but we see all the time it happens on every Friday night. And congratulations to the Gators, and congratulations to the entire team. I mean It was just one of those nights where we just like Terry said, we just came out to play a little harder than they did. And
okay, well, I'm gonna get my soapbox real quick.
All right, get in your soapbox.
I'm gonna get my soapbox.
All right.
Remember last week when I asked the question to the Rebel fan that called up about Wade Hampton, right? Remember that?
Yeah, I did.
When I asked, I said, "What do you think about Wade Hampton? Do they play dirty, such and such?" Well, and then you looked at me and laughed and said, "Oh, what are you asking that question for?" And then of course, the rebel, I think it was Rebel Dad that called.
I think it was that.
I think it was Rebel Dad, and then he said, they don't play like that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, once we started getting the game in hand,
I think it was Band Dad.
Yeah, okay, no, that wasn't Band Dad. Band Dad's from South Florence. We're talking about a Rebel caller.
Rebel Dad.
But I'm just saying, when the game was well in hand, okay.
Yep.
Second quarter, it was already like 40-something to 0. And, I'm not knocking Wade Hampton. They played their game, all right? They played a game, and obviously they were there for a reason. But to tackle somebody 10 yards out of bounds, countless, just roughing penalties. I mean, we even had the kicker for our team. I mean, every time he would kick the ball, number 70, I ain't going to say no numbers.
Right.
It starts with a 7, though. It will come out there and start harassing the kicker. I mean, just some straight over there from the line, and that's fine. I mean, that's allowable. But as far as getting tackled out of bounds, and I mean, clearly they tackled him and he landed on the damn track.
Well, I got to agree with Terry on that. I mean, especially in a ball game that is out of hand and. Everybody knew it. You can't do cheap shots because you could hurt some young player that's playing football.
Yeah,
he does all the work.
Trying to get his way to college, and one stupid injury from a dumb play like that. I mean, that's not right.
Nope.
But anyway, it just seemed like it was overlooked. I mean, because it was clearly out of bounds.
I mean, folks,
by at least 7 yards.
I don't know if you guys ever been to a high school football field that has a track surrounding.
But the track's a good at least 10, 15 feet off the field.
It's off the field, guys.
Off the sideline. I'm not going to say that we didn't deserve all the penalties we got, Chuck, okay? Out of the 100% of the penalties we received, I'd say 60% of them were warranted, okay? 60%.
All right.
Which 90% of Wade Hampton's penalties, and this is just me saying this, okay? This is my opinion. 90% of the penalties that were overlooked for Wade Hampton. 90%.
Yep.
I mean, clear penalties, especially the defensive pass interference. When both the players are looking back at the ball is coming clearly to both of them. And as long as both of them are looking, how is that pass interference?
No, it shouldn't be.
There was no pushing from our defensive side. The worst thing I saw was the offensive guy clearly pushing him off to get him away from the ball because he knew it was going to be an interception. So, all right, enough of that. I mean, I'll just go ahead and get off of that. I mean, there's just no use in arguing about it. We won the game.
Yeah, we did.
But I'm just going to say...
What, you think we won the game?
Well, I'm just saying, if you're going to be impartial, if you're going to be a referee at a game...
Correct.
Call the game fair.
I agree 100%.
And that goes both teams.
Yep.
And that's all I'm going to say on that. I mean, we'll just go ahead and move on with that, okay?
Right.
The game. Goose Creek versus Wade Hampton again, okay? This game had several records broken. As Goose Creek cruised past Wade Hampton 76-0, okay? We already said that. This game was the highest scoring margin game in school history, being 76-0.
That's right. I mean,
but the second highest point total overall, 77-point game coming against Colleton County, but they scored 30 points to offset the total.
correct. But again, that goes back to, I mean, listen, guys, I'll tell you what right now, I mean, the fact that the Gators put up a very high number of points, 76, which is a little bit more than normal, but we got to
Well,
always.
It was a shutout.
Well, we got to talk about our defense a little bit. I mean,
we'll get on them in a second. Let's give some offense props real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, getting on back to the game here. Another record that was broke last night. Okay.
Yep.
We also saw Evan the Mac Truck McField. I'm sorry, I got a little stomach because I'm a little excited about this.
He still got that bee in his mouth, folks.
Yeah, he became the third rusher in 2013 Goose Creek High School football to cross the 1,000-yard mark.
That is
last night.
That is so great for the Mac truck.
Last night, and I'm gonna tell you right now, but another record was broken last night also that not many people are talking about. You might want to know what it is.
I would love to know
Ask
what it
me
is.
what it is.
Oh, tell me.
I'm going to tell you right now what it is.
All right.
Okay?
Yep.
We have won 38 in a row.
38 in a row.
We are 38, 39, 40. Actually, we're 3 games away.
3 games.
From tying Somerville, or beating Somerville. Because I think Somerville has 40 wins in a row.
41, I think.
Is it 41?
Yeah,
then
I think
we'll tie.
it's 41.
Then we can theoretically tie if we win out. But like I said, we take one game at a time. So next week we just got to focus squarely on South Point.
That's
on
right.
South Point. I mean, we're going to say it right now. Anyway, this goes out to the Goose Creek Gators. This goes out to the offensive line for the Goose Creek Gators. Not only that, but it goes to the defensive line, defensive backs, and linebacker core for the Goose Creek Gators. Okay, enough of that. Come on, Melissa. All right, enough of that. Through 2 quarters, we saw the starting squad amass a 49-0 lead over the Generals as the number 11, Omar McCray, run the opening kickoff for the first score of the contest with 8 seconds coming off the clock. That's just phenomenal.
Well,
you always want to see all facets of the game be, implemented, and that happened last night.
Well, I'll tell you what, Terry. I mean, we've been talking about Omar all year. I mean, playing cornerback and
kickoff return,
and all that stuff, and he really stepped it up. But he has been stepping it up all year.
It is the playoffs. I mean, you got to leave everything on the field.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, that's it.
And we also saw number 18 Tyreek Johnson cap off another drive for 4-yard plunge, carrying 2 defenders. And then, of course, they release him as he crossed the line.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. It's hard running.
Go
ahead.
I've already gave him a nickname. I mean, we did this a long time ago, but Tyreek T.D. Johnson, because that's generally when he touches the ball, he's in the end zone. He's something else.
Yep. And then on to the first play from our next drive after that, we had Evan McField just bust a hole through the linebacker core of the Generals for over an 80-yard score, followed by Darren McNeil's scamper for 8 yards to make the score 21-0. And
right.
That was in the first quarter. All right, second quarter, we had Dantez Benjamin running in from 8 yards out to bring the score up to 28-0, followed by a 27-yard pass to number 80 Jordan Barnes, who made a spectacular grab over the defender's head in the end zone, coming down with it and bringing the score up to 34-0.
That's it. I mean, right now, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, the Gators are running on all cylinders right now, guys. I mean, this is a time of the year that you got to be ready to play. I mean, so.
Yeah, definitely got to be ready to play. I mean, but anyway, just if you want to give us a call.
Oh, always, guys. You know the number. 843-730-1534 is the number. Anytime anybody in the entire state wants to call in and talk to us about your schools, whether you're in the upstate, whether you're in the Midlands, whether you're in the PD, or whether you're down in the low country. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's nobody called yet. I mean, like I said, we got plenty to talk about anyway. It doesn't matter if we do have a call, but it would be nice to have a call to come in. Someone, from upstate or lower state, it doesn't matter who you are. Just give us a call. The number, like he said, it was 843-730-1534. All right, getting back to the scoring drive for Goose Creek. We had also Dantez coming out in the second quarter after the tackle out of bounds, which was a bogus. I don't even want to get on it. But number 8, Dominique Jefferson, who come in here, immediately tossed a touchdown with 30 seconds left in the half. His play to score took 12 seconds, and that brought the score up to 42-0. And that was right before the half with 12 seconds left. I mean, there's not much you can say. That's just coming off the bench, ice cold, coming in there and just drilling it.
I mean, you talk about 2 seasons in like the NBA. You got the regular season, you got the playoffs. It's totally 2 different seasons. Well, I'll tell you what, right now, guys, it's the same in high school football. I mean, you got the regular season, but once you get in the playoffs, guys, it's one and done. So you got to bring your A-plus game. And Goose Creek certainly did that on Friday night down at John Fulmer Field.
Yep, and that was the first half. That was over with. And as soon as we come back up on the field, after running them 3 and out, we saw a host of names on the field, that aren't familiar, of course. We basically had our second and third stringers out there. They did a jam-up job. Not only did they come out there and perform, but they scored 40-something plus points or 30-something plus points. I mean, there's not much you can say. From the O-line, the quarterback was different. The running back, the receivers, and the first score come from running back, number 18, of course, Tyreek Johnson, on his first play and final play of the third quarter. 3 minutes into the third, bringing the score up to 49-0.
Well, I'll tell you what, Terry. I mean, that's kudos to the coaching staff that have our players ready to step in for the next season, and they come in there and they played really good last night.
Yeah, and to go on with that, I mean, that was the ending of the starting rules in the game. There was no more starters in the game after that. They maybe had the team captains out there, but that was it. From there, the third quarter, we saw number 46 fullback Evan Ullery. I'm sorry.
Evan Ullery. Who saw this guy coming? I mean, he's playing some hard football, guys. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah, he emerged onto the front by plowing through the linebacking just while being hit and busted off tackles to score an 8-yard run and to move the score up yet again. And then on the next drive where we saw him plunge in from 2 yards out, moving, or 24, or 2 yards out, I'm sorry. 2 yards out, moving the score to 70-0. The final score of the game come from tailback J.C. Samuel, a 2-yard scamper to carry, to bring the final score to 76-0. Extra point, of course, missed. It wasn't Jacobus. It was out there. I didn't write down the kicker's name, but anyway, well done, Gators.
Absolutely. Go Goose Creek.
Yeah, now that's been said, it's time to prepare for an eager South Point Stallion squad. And I just want to shout out to some of the offensive linemen out there. They don't get enough recognition, and
Terry,
they did a great job.
It all starts with the O-line.
Yeah, you don't score 76 points without having a line in front of you. I just want to say congrats to the Goose Creek O-line, and their, this is no knock on anybody. It's all in numerical order here. We got number 51, Tyler Hood. Number 63, Brandon Travis. Number 65, Malik Bryant. Number 66, Saeed Kaley. Number 73, Kyrese Williams. Number 74, Zach Van Alstine. Number 75, Trey Simmons. And number 86, Akeem Gaston. And also on top of that, we also have number 85, Kalen Ritchie, who is our, top seed going to Carolina.
That's right.
4-star, 5-star player there. Player of the game, in my opinion, was a 3-way tie. We had number 3, Dantez Beneman. Number 34, Evan McField, the Mack Truck. Yep, and number 80, Jordan Barnes, just coming through some clutch plays. And honorable mentions go for
definitely number 11, Omar McCray,
yeah,
for sure.
Yep, and honorable mentions go to number 18, of course, Tyreek Johnson, running 2 TDs, had 98 yards on the night. Number 13, DeAndre Daniels, with a clutch playing yardage to help us move along, keep the chains moving.
That's right.
So right now we're going to end our first half of the show, guys. Basically, if you want to give us a call, the number here, we also have our interactive screen, guys. If you log on, you can type any kind of question if you want to talk about, and just post it on there on the screen. It's in the lower right-hand screen, part of the screen. It's a green bubble. Just click on that, type your message. It'll show up. We'll go ahead and answer your question best we can. And we'll go ahead and we're going to sign off here, Chuck, and we're going to start the second half of the show.
But just remember, guys, it's always you can get us at 843-730-1534. We'd love to hear from you.
Yep, and like I said, we are here for the Gators. We're here to show these kids some props because they do a good job. They're doing a really good job this year, and that's all we got to say about that. I mean, Goose Creek is just doing a phenomenal job. Coaching staff's doing a great job, coaching these guys, and the kids are executing the plays that they're supposed to play, and just keep it up, guys.
All right, well, go Goose Creek.
Yep, go Goose Creek, go Gators, and we'll talk to you in a few minutes.